In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to add stories on Facebook. So I'm starting here on Facebook, and the first thing I'm doing is heading up to the top of my news feed. This is where the story section usually appears, so I'm looking across that top area until I see the option that says Create Story. Once I find it, I'm clicking on it to open the story creator and start putting everything together. Now that the story options are open, Facebook lets me choose what kind of story I want to make. At this point, I can decide whether I want to create a photo story or a text story. So I'm just picking the one I want to use for this post. If I want to share something visual, I'm choosing the photo option. If I want something simpler with just words, then I'm going with a text story instead. Either way, once I click the option I want, Facebook takes me into the editing screen for that story type. From here, I can start customizing the story. This is the part where I can use tools like stickers, music, or text to make it look the way I want, so I'm adding what I need right on the screen and adjusting it as I go. If I want to place text on the story, I'm doing that here. If I want to add stickers, I can add those too. And if I want music, I can include that as part of the story as well. I'm just moving through those tools one by one and setting things up until the story looks the way I want it to look before I share it. At this point, I'm taking a quick second to check everything on screen. I just want to make sure I'm happy with how the story looks before posting it. Once that's done and everything feels ready, I'm clicking Share to Story. That posts the story to Facebook and now it's live. So the whole thing is really just opening Facebook, going to the top of the news feed, clicking Create Story, choosing whether you want a photo or text story, customizing it with things like stickers, music, or text, and then clicking Share to Story. If you're following along on your own screen, the main thing is just starting from that Create Story option at the top of the feed, and then taking a moment to choose the kind of story you want to make. After that, everything flows pretty naturally. You pick your story type, add the elements you want, and then share it once it looks right. It all happens in one place, so you don't need to jump around through different menus to get it done. So that's exactly how to add stories on Facebook. Once you've done it one time, it becomes a really easy thing to repeat whenever you want to post something quick at the top of your feed. Just open Facebook, click Create Story, choose your story type, customize it, and hit Share to Story.